and then you'll die.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bonkai the Legend again, coming at you with another Ultima Online video. We are going to be doing another suit building video today. Today it's going to be about my Mystic Dexxer. I've been getting a little bit of requests about some Dexxer builds, so this is probably one of my favorite Dexxer builds. I really don't like play any other ones except for Mystic Dexxer. I might try to do a 4-6 Shiv build. That one's pretty simple, but at the same time, I'm really not familiar with Dexxer builds. I'm more of a mage type of play style. But let's get into the video here. So what we're going to be starting off with is, your basic stats. So this is what we're shooting for. We're shooting for all 120s except for tactics, which is this will be 60. As you see here, it'll be 60, but everything else we do want 120s. I think that totals out to 800, not 800. Wow, that's a lot of skill. I think it's like 780. I think is the total skill that we're shooting for. So that's where we're definitely going to go for. And yeah, so for the suit, actually, you always start out with your basic stuff. We're going to make this kind of quick. You just start with, I start off with the basic artifacts. So, which is going to be the cuffs of the Archmage, the ninja earrings because I'm human, and then the LT sash, and of course the crimson and the Captain John's hat. So the reason I'm running the Captain John's hat gives me 15 hit chance increase, 20 swords. So that's the main reason I do run it. It's a great hat, and I do run swords. You can run fencing on this template, but I personally haven't tried it yet. So I know you can run like the Latijang or whatever the hell it's called. That's a really good weapon if you can cast like Spell Plague and the enemy is like pre-cursed, and you'll do loads of damage. Something similar to that is like a Wakizashi. So you can run that as well and do like Plague and then do Frenzy Whirlwind, and you'll do like stacks of damage. I think you can do like I think it's the most damage I've seen is 66 with the Wakizashi plus Plague while the opponent is cursed. So you can definitely do some damage, man. You can definitely do some damage, and that's not even corpse skinned or anything. So if your weapon is like fire, you can definitely do something that'll probably insta kill somebody. The next thing is going to be the Archery Quiver. You can run something else, but this is my staple. I use it because, for one, I like the look of it, and I don't like capes. And it gives me 5 hit chance. So this is our stats right now, which is, we're sitting at 30 hit chance already, which is really nice. So we're running the Captain John's hat, which gives us 15, the hit chance earrings, which gives you 10. If you can't get your hands on these, you can actually substitute these for something else. So like if you go in here, I might have some boots. Yes. So you can actually substitute them for the hit chance boots and run those instead. You're going to have to make up the DCI somewhere, but that's totally okay because you're probably going to be running a Slither. The Slither gives you 10 DCI. You can get next to the mannequin. Gives you 10 DCI. So you'll be sitting at, let's see here. Draw on the boots again. This is where you're sitting at. You're sitting at 30 hit chance with 5 defense chance increase, which is totally okay because you can just add defense chance increase on your jewels here. And you could possibly swap out this guy here, the Royal Guard, for maybe a DCI sash instead. I think I do have one of those. Let's grab one of them real quick. I think they're right here. Yes. You could grab one of the Corporals and Enchanted Sashes for 5 DCI if you have the IACs, or you could even grab a Spell Focus Sash if you want to. I haven't tried this focusing sash on the Mystic Dexxer, but I imagine it's somewhat decent. You're not casting much spells. You're only casting maybe a few spells, and then you're kind of going in for the kind of finishing blow or whatever. But yeah, I imagine it's not too bad on it. So but we're doing my suit partly, but that's a different route you could run if you can't run the hit chance earrings as you see here on the character. Another way to go about it is I do run the Minex sandals here along with the hit chance earrings because it gives me lower reagent cost, it gives me lower mana cost, and so does the Hawkwind's robe. Gives me lower mana cost, lower reagent cost. I have to run it. It's super good, and it just frees up some stuff on the suit as well, like in like different categories. Like it frees up in lower reagent cost, lower mana cost, and a few other areas as well. So that's why I do run the Manex sandals over the DCI or the hit chance boots. Definitely. All right, so we got that out the way. So now we got our base. So we got the Hawkwind's robe, the Crimmy, which is right here. Since I'm VVV, this is not a real Crimmy. It's just an example. It's just an antique Crimmy you can purchase from the store. So yeah, you do have your base. You have the John's hat, the ninja earrings, the cuffs of the Archmage, the Crimson Cincture, the Slither, the Minex sandals, and of course the Hawkwind's robe with the DCI quiver. I'm sorry, the hit chance quiver on the back, which is the despicable quiver. So we're sitting pretty nice right now. So we only need a few skills. So we have a total of, it looks like 35 bonus skill on the suit already. So we do need just a few more bonus skill on the suit and we'll be completed, which is like about 30 or so, somewhere around there. And then the suit is done. I mean, you actually don't even need 30. I think you need like 25. So 25 skill increase on the suit and the suit is completed. The next thing I do is I go for the actual jewels. So in this case, I did have some jewels already ready for this, which is going to be the ring here and the bracelet. They both have different skill. You can actually go a different way about it, and you can actually get 30 skill on one jewel, and then just the other jewel you can have like stats and just hit chance and DCI on it. So you could go that route, but I went the route with just 15 bonus skill on each jewel, and then it has a little bit of what I need on it. So it has 3 faster casting because the weapon we're gonna have in hand is gonna have a -1. Most of the time it does, and I think all my weapons do. Yeah, they all have -1. So that's what we're running is 2 jewels with 1 faster casting, 3 recovery, 1 faster casting, 3 recovery, and then we're of course going to run the town buff, which I haven't ran and got yet. It is Moonglow because I am playing on Atlantic. Now that we have the base of the suit out the way with the jewels and a few of the other things, now we just have to finish out the suit. So, which is the lower reagent cost and the lower mana cost. We're fine on hit chance increase. We're fine on defense chance increase because you really only need a maximum of 40. You can take it to 45, but with refinements, you do want to raise your fire resist or maybe even your physical resistance if you are human or elf, whatever you are, whatever race you are, human, elf, or gargoyle. So you can definitely run it that way if you do just refine your gear with 40 DCI. Now the next thing is, I've talked about this in my previous videos, is you do want eaters on your suit if you can get it. I do have a couple. I have damage eater on my leggings and I have poison eater on my Gorget. Now this Gorget is kind of nice. It has 20 LRC, 8 LMC, and then 3 of each regen except for stamina regen. You don't really need stamina regen on the suit, but if it comes out of the way, it's nice. So we have that out the way. The next thing is we are sitting at 50 LRC at 31 lower mana cost, which is pretty good. So you actually just need 9 lower mana costs on the suit, as you can see here. And then you also need 5 hit point increase because we have 10 here, another 10 here, which is 20. So we need 5 hit point increase on the suit somewhere. And we also need some stamina because depending on how high your stamina is, with a Dexxer, you're obviously, or swordsman, whatever, fencer, macer, you need your stamina to be kind of high so you can swing that weapon kind of fast and make sure you can hit that target and kind of gun them down as fast as you can, because this template does eat a little bit of mana. I do have a little bit more than 99, but that's what the suit piece is on. So I do have some suit pieces here. So you do want 10 stam and 5 dex on the suit. I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but it's definitely as high as it goes. So 10 stam, 5 dex. The next lowest you want on it is probably 8 stam and 4 dex. So that's probably what you want to do, is get some suit pieces like that with, at least if you can find it, with lower reagent cost, lower mana cost, some regens, and some mana bonus. This one has 7 mana bonus with 15 stamina bonus, and then it gives you the reagent cost and the lower mana cost. So it touches all bases there. We're going to throw that bad boy on. Now it's not studded. It's kind of hard to find studded pieces like this, but I'm fine with leather. I'm totally cool with that. It fits all the requirements for me. The next thing is that I found were the gloves here. They give you 5 hit point increase, 3 of each regen, 20 lower reagent cost, which is really nice. And then it does give you some stat bonuses like strength, intel, and that's pretty much it. You know, it gives you the 5 hit point increase, gives you the strength bonus, and it gives you 8 mana bonus total, which is 4 intel and 4 mana for a total of 8. So that's why I do find those. They're really nice. Sucks they're also leather. If I can find some studded or bone ones, that'd be pretty cool. The next one is going to be, I do wish they were studded. I like the look of studded better than bone, but we do have some bone leggings that are pretty decent. They do have damage eater on them. You can actually run these with the 20 LRC, 2 LMC, 3 of each regen, and it gives you 7 mana bonus with an eater, which are really nice. So I do run these for that reason, and it gives me to, I try to get to 50 LMC, but I can't because of I am running leather, of course. Now I'm running 2 studded pieces, or 3 actually, 2 bone and 1 studded. So in reality, I should be at 49 lower mana cost, but this does have really low lower mana cost, only has 2% on there, so it is kind of low. If I did have a little bit higher, I'd be sitting at 49 LMC. The next thing is now we take a look into account our stats and our weapons. So now we have all of our stats here. We're at 120 strength, so if I drink a potion with 50 EP, 25 EP there on the ring and the bracelet, so we drink a potion there and bang, we're going to be at 150 hit points, no doubt about it. Same thing with a dex potion. You drink a dex potion, it's going to put me at 120 stam, and then with some 30 swing speed on a weapon, I should be pretty much swinging any weapon that I'm going to use for PvP at max. So like I think a 3-second weapon swings at 1.5, so I'll pretty much be swinging at max as long as I'm potted. And then for the Bach, like the Boxo here, you do want to make sure you're potted. You'll be swinging this thing at max anyway. I don't have any swing speed on the suit, so it has to come from the weapon. All right, now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit here. Gonna go back to the suit. So I know I mentioned earlier I have Poison Eater on my Gorget. You can actually drop this guy and run the Swordsmanship Mastery for 5 hit chance and 5 defense chance if you wanted to. I don't do it. The mastery I run is actually the Bushido Mastery. I don't have it right. Running it, but I'm actually running the Bushido Mastery. It gives me mana increase, and I do like the War Cry and Anticipate hit, which give you really good stats as well. The War Cry, if anything is in a 3 tile radius, it'll reduce incoming damage. And same thing with the this guy here. If I do take damage, if I'm using confidence, it will continue to, I guess you could say, heal myself if I do confidence. So that's why I do like the Bushido Mastery over that. And then, like I said, running the Poison Eater on my Gorget, you can actually take this off, run the Jumu's Sacred Hide here for a total of 27 damage eater. I think I have one somewhere in here. Yep, sure do. So you could run a 15% Poison Eater on your Sacred Hide, plus it gives you damage increase if you do need it on your suit, and it also gives you recovery if you need that as well, and some SDI. And then you add that in total with the Gorget, so that'll give you a total of 27 Poison Eater, which you're doing pretty good. So if you do want to run that, go that route, you definitely could if you do find some eaters on your suit. And you do have the Jumu's Hide if you do want to go that route for the recovery, for the damage increase, SDI, and an eater. The Jumu's Sacred Hide is pretty sick. It's a good cape to have. I just don't like the look of it. I like the quivers better, so usually I do buy the quivers instead. And sometimes I'll run the Jumu's if I have to or if I want to. But the next thing we're going to talk about is the weapons. So for my weapons here, I do only have a few. I don't have a lot. The first one here is going to be my Bach. Bach for short. It could be called Boxo, whatever you want to name it. I do have a Splinter one. So Splinter 20, Lightning 44. And then of course you do need spell channeling on it because you are going to be casting spells with a weapon in your hand. And this thing hits really hard, so if you get a Bombard off, or if you get like a Spell Plague, and the Nerve Strike goes off with the hit Lightning, you're gonna hit them for at least 50 damage. That's minimum, man. And I'm telling you, this template can hit really hard at times, and it's super sick. And then if you stack actually Bombard with the pickaxe here, and you enchant the pickaxe, so if you actually enchant the pickaxe, it's actually a mysticism spell. If I can find it here, enchant. So if you cast enchant, it's going to give you this little gump here to choose from. Now for certain weapons, if you double strike, if you have a double strike weapon, the only things that double strike that proc off a double strike is the hit spells Harm and Lightning, and I think Dispel. So nobody's really going to run Dispel. Nobody really casts summons or anything. So usually Harm or Lightning is the way to go. I usually do Lightning, and it puts 60 hit Lightning on the weapon, so now it has 20 Splinter, 50 lower D, hit Lightning, swing speed, and it's spell channeled. The only thing that is kind of disappointing about the enchant, it does last for 2 minutes, but it also doesn't last if you get disarmed. If you get disarmed, re-equip it, you're going to have to recast the spell again of enchant, and hit lightning again, or cast whatever you want onto it. But still, you can cast the enchantment, go in for the spell, like the spell plague, or even the bombard, try to get the bombard stun, be really cool, and then you can probably gun them down with that. That's if you're lucky enough to get all of your procs off on the double strike. Another one would be like hit harm. If people did refine their gear, like to hit harm or physical or whatever, and they lowered it, or like they raised hit lightning, and you know like how they fight, you know what kind of like refinements they have on their gear. Like say their hit lightning is 74 if they're an elf, or 75 if they're an elf, and they refined it even more. You know, you're definitely gonna want to run hit harm over hit lightning, because your hit lightnings are gonna do like 8 compared to like 11 or 12, you know, on human if they're not refined gear. So we have the Bach, we have the pickaxe here, of course, for disarm and double strike, and you can try to get the splinter off. You do have the double strike just so that way you have a better chance of getting the splinter. The next one I have is of course a Nodachi. I do have a Nodachi for dismounts only. I rarely use it. As you can see here, it's 108 durability out of 254. I really use this thing, but it comes in handy when you need it to. I can also enchant this weapon as well, since it does not have a hit spell, and I can add hit lightning or hit harm or whatever I wanted to it. But I usually don't do that because I'm not gonna have this weapon in my hand for long. I'm usually only just gonna hop on my mount here, go for dismount, and then switch weapons. And that's usually it. Because with the Nodachi in hand, it is two-handed, so you can't drink potions with a two-handed weapon unless it's balanced. And if this weapon was balanced, I couldn't parry. So that's why I do switch weapons immediately as soon as I get that dismount. Or if I'm getting cross-healed, I'll stick with the Nodachi in hand and I'll just continue to dismount. The next thing that we do run is I do run this Bone Harvester here. Say we are running a Dexxer heavy team. I do run the Bone Harvester just for mortals only. Now, just for you're going in, everybody goes in. Most people run the Bach, the pickaxe, or a hatchet for disarm and armor ignore, as well as for nerve strike and a few other things. I would run the Bone Harvester if nobody has like a mortal strike weapon, and I can just try to get the lucky mortal on them, and we can see if we can probably kill them that way. Because if they eat an enchanted apple and that mortal strike hits and they don't have a cleanser like this guy, like this Mystic Dexxer, they will die. 100% will die. You can actually do a lot of things with this guy, man. So going into the actual template now of the playstyle, this character can be very like an offensive template. So you can go bombard, try to get the bombard stun. You can cast against mages and go nether bolt and eagle strike, as well as you could go spell plague. You could also go even for mass sleep. And then you could also get the spell trigger, which is this purple stone. You know, as I showed you guys in my actual Mystic Mage video, you could do that, go bombard, and then stack the trigger with another bombard as well, and try to get the instant damage off if you do spell plague them with the Bach or any other miscellaneous weapon that you have available at your disposal. The last weapon I do use is the Cleaver. The Cleaver and I have a love-hate relationship. You can also use, I think it's a skinning knife or butcher's knife, whatever it's called. It's gonna have, the mainly thing I use the Cleaver for is just for the bleed effect. The reason I have the bleed is only because it can disrupt mages, and you want those mages disrupted. You don't want them just sitting there and just be like beating the hell out of you, you know, because when you're casting and you're trying to go up and hit them, you can only really cast small spells because that's what they're going to be doing to you. And then you really can't go for cleanse because cleansing winds does take a long time to cast. So you go in for the bleed, you try to cast some small spells on them, and then you go in for the Bach hit, spell plague, and another Bach hit. They're usually dead if they can't do anything about it. And then when you're in the field as well, this character can also be a very good tool to use. Like I said, you can go in for mortal strikes here. You can go for disarms and double strikes if your weapon is enchanted. And then, you know, you will just dish out a ton of damage. The next thing is that, like, if you know, like, one of your buddies are getting, like, disarmed or something, or not disarmed, but, like, they're getting dumped on, man. Like, they're getting taken some heat. You can actually cast Cleansing Winds, target him, and then you can actually heal his poison, moral. You can actually heal him up with Cleansing Winds, man. It's a really clutch template to have. But that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my Mystic Dexxer video today. I hope you guys actually implement it, and I can see you guys out there in the field, probably, you know, whether you're in Cool, FSGK, or even in my own guild, S+, man, we do run some Dexxer templates that are pretty sick. I'll be doing another one of these videos pretty soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and don't forget to like the video and let me know what you think of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.